Montez, first of all,
Is
thank you
that
for
who
the
I
time.
think it is?
Is he talking to you, Dave?
Is that
No, I think he's
Sam
talking to you. Yeah, it's Sam
freaking
Roberts.
Roberts?
Yeah, good to see you again, man.
What is going on, man?
It's good. It's awesome to see you, man. It's always good running into you and seeing you and all this stuff. It's really cool.
What's going on, man? We got like a 9-year rivalry. You know that, right?
Yeah, I knew. It's the longest rivalry that I've ever. I don't know if you've read the internet reports, Dave, but it hasn't been pretty between me and Montez for quite some time.
I understand.
I don't think it's going to start anytime damn soon, man.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
Well, Montez, I appreciate you coming on anyway. It shows you what a professional you are, obviously. And in all seriousness, before this interview, I spoke to Mark Henry, and I said that we were doing this interview, and he said that you're going to love him. He's a gentleman, great guy, great sense of humor, just a genuine good person. So when somebody like Mark Henry says
I said that too. I said that. I also said that. I said that too.
Anyway, Montez, so thank you for joining the show. Appreciate you. Thank you.
If I would have known Sam would have slide up on here, I probably would have tried to talk to TRHR, like, we got to reschedule this shit. So we got to figure it
out. You know me. I always like to sneak my way into places where I haven't been invited.
Nah, man, it's good, man. It's getting close to the holiday season. You guys are, like I said, everybody's doing well, man. It's a lot of different changes. Every time we see you guys, it's always something drastically changing wherever it is, whether it's the world or just wrestling. So it's always good to see you guys.
And, we're taping this for Veterans Day, and you being a veteran and being part of the Marines, just talk about that. And I know that carries through probably to your everyday activities, every day of your life. Talk about what it was like to serve under the Marines.
So I served in 1st Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion. So shout out to my Highlanders over there in 41 area in Las Pocas, Camp Pelham, California. And I would say it was definitely some of the best times of my life. I learned a whole bunch about brotherhood, trusting the person to your left and to your right, just being how to compromise. The United States Marine Corps, we had 13 leadership traits that they always distilled in us. And I still use every single last one of those traits to this day, and not just in wrestling, but just in life. And I really feel like it's one of the greatest things I've ever decided to do, not just because I'm able to not just give back to my family, but just give back to the WWE universe as well. And this is the greatest country in the world. And so it's just so many things wrapped up with it, but very, very appreciative of my time in the service. And I always joke about the wife all the time, if I had a chance to go back in, I would. But she said, "No, I think you're going to be good right here with exactly what."
But did it shape the way that you look at, I'm sure it shaped the way you looked at everything, but just the way you look at the wrestling business, right? And the way you have to trust the people around you, and the way that you sometimes have to follow orders from people above you and trust that they know what's best, even if you don't necessarily see it. Did some of that stuff come easier to you because of the experience?
I think so. I feel like my patience for a lot of things is a lot. I can't say if it's more than others because I can't speak for anyone else, but I do feel like I do have patience for a lot of things, like you said, in regards to, getting in order and executing it without really any questions asked. Not really worrying about, what the end goal is, because this is the mission right now, and this mission may lead to the next mission. And sometimes when you're given an order, you may not see the big picture. Maybe the commanding officer or the platoon sergeant, they may see the bigger picture, but when you get an order or command, it may not make sense. But it does, because to the commanding officer or whoever's in charge, they see the bigger picture. So I feel like that's helped me a lot in regards to, like you said, taking orders, taking initiative, and just going 100%. That's one thing. Another thing I love that they taught me as well is just max out on everything. Just if you max out on everything, you have a clear conscience and walk away from anything, whether it was a bad performance or a good performance, whether it comes to the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you perform out in the ring. Like if you give 100% and you can walk away from it conscious free, then you don't have to feel bad, whatever the result is, because you put out the max effort.
You know, Montez, I want to follow up on what Sam just asked you, because he talked about, you know, what it's like in what you were a part of the Marines in the world of the WWE. But you said something very interesting and very deep. And that is about when you're a Marine and you're out there, you know, you're putting your life and your health into the person that's to the left of you, to the right of you, and vice versa. It is kind of like in the world of the WWE as well, when you're in the ring and, you know, you're entertaining people, but you're putting your health on the line. You're putting your body on the line. So in a ways, you're doing exactly like you did in the Marines. You're really putting your health and your trust into your opponent and the person you're in the ring with.
It's crazy because me and the wife had this discussion like a couple of days ago, but it correlates the same way. Like you said, like you're putting, like we're going out there every single night, risking our bodies, our health, and putting the trust into the person that we're in the ring with, or people we're in the ring with. And like it's kind of like the same type of environment. And it's the same type of environment as well, because in the military, when you're in trias situations, when you're on certain grounds, you have zero room for error or no room for error at all. And it's the same thing with WWE. We're live. You know, this is no second take. This is no, hey, let's stop this, bring in Montez Ford, stunt double, let's redo this. No, it's the same thing. Like one take, one shot, you go. It's the same thing like in the military. Like in certain situations, you have no room for error, and it's live, and you have to perform.
What do you, I mean, you were talking about figuring out like, okay, let me take the mission at hand and do it to the best of my ability and then figure out the rest later. That takes that sort of tunnel vision, right? That takes nope, we're not looking any further than this. And I feel like for you, I can't move 3 steps within the wrestling conversation without somebody talking about your future, your potential as a solo star, you're a future world champion, you're this, you're that. Are you what does that do to you? Is that something that you have to kind of block out and go like, nice that you think that, but I really can only worry about what's in front of me? Or are you one of those guys that's thinking a year, 2 years, 3 years into the future already?
It's a little bit on both sides because when I was a kid, I watched this since I was like a tadpole. Like I was like 4 or 5 years old, you know, very, very young watching this. So it's been part of me for a very, very long time. And I remember like one of the first things me seeing was, you know, The Rock and all of these individuals holding up the WWE Championship. And I'm like, I want to do the same thing. And then my mother eventually got me the WWE Championship, got me all the different ones. She got me the Smoking Skull one. She got the Rock Bottom one. All the WWE titles you could possibly think of. My mother had them for me, and I would raise them every single time. And that's always just been the goal. Just like I want to be WWE champion, world champion. And that's always been something that's always been distilled within me. But being part of the WWE and you get responsibilities, you get tasks, you get missions, you get objectives, and then you perform them to the best of your abilities. And it's kind of like the same thing with life. You know exactly where you want to go, but you don't let like the stuff that you have to do to get there hinder you or stop the motivation or make you go like, oh, it's not happening. Because in the process of you getting there, you can be added more accolades, more success, and more gateways as well. And so I just feel like it's always on the swivel. I'm always preparing. Like the task at hand right now, obviously, is Bobby Lashley, Street Profits, winning the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. And just the fact that anyone even have my name in conversation for world title, I'm just fortunate for that itself. I really am. I really am. I'm not the type of person that, you know, I'm not watching that. Like, I see it, but I don't really feed into it because I feel like I don't ever want to get too carried away to what people are saying, that it takes my mind off of still preparing and getting ready for it possibly happening.
You know, Montez, just talking to you, I can tell that you're goal oriented, obviously focused on what's going on right now and your future. And you're a part of a very small percentage of people that, you know, grew up watching this product and now you're a part of that world. There's very few people that can really say that I lived my dream. I accomplished my dream. You have done that. Do you ever take the time to kind of smell the roses? Like, I know it's very hard to do that because the world of pro wrestling and the WWE moves so fast. But do you ever take time of certain moments, whether it's in a match or at a WrestleMania, where you take that in for yourself?
So I do it every morning. So I wake up, I thank God, and then like I let the world know, because like I have another chance to get it right. I got another chance to, like, if I didn't grab or make an impression, or I didn't, evoke some type of emotion, if I didn't like make somebody feel something when it comes to like my craft, I got another chance to do that today. And not only a chance to do that today, but do it even better and in a different way, in a different layer. And to say, because it's crazy, because like we was talking about the veterans earlier, and over 10 years ago, because WWE's extended service to providing service members tickets, I was able to go to Raw a few times while I was in the service. So like me still having this WWE championship and being part of the WWE all in my mind, like WWE's extending themselves and reaching out to me in ways that I couldn't even never imagine. And then now to actually be a part of it is mind blowing. So I'm also blessed to be fortunate enough to be at this platform to not only give back, but to tell my experiences and like how you're feeling is not abnormal. And if you stay consistent, if you work, and I've had a lot of assistance along the way too. It's a village, when it comes to family and, motivation from the WWE universe. It all plays a factor. It's not just Montez. It's not just one person. It's everything around, but it's also the mindset of like, not being complacent, and just knowing that if you stay consistent, if you work, good things will follow. That's just, I always believe that. Like, if you just stay consistent, stay healthy, and stay like locked in on what you're trying to do, it eventually will happen. And like everything can't happen at the same time. We have a million talented guys and girls on the roster. Everything can't happen at the same time, but consistency outgrows everything.
Yeah. I mean, look, I've been very fortunate to get to know you a little bit and know that you're just this wonderful, very forgiving human being. But I think a lot of other people are going to get even more opportunity for that, because you're like a couple of months away from becoming a reality television star. Is there anything that you're doing mentally to prepare for the fact that, like, look, you know what it is to be a public person. You've been a very public person for quite a while now, but people are not going to have opinions about Montez, the sports entertainer, anymore. People now get to have opinions about you and how you live your day-to-day life and your relationship. What are you doing to prepare for the fact that you're about to open your life up in an entirely new way to fans?
Not even trying to sound cocky, man, but people gonna say what they're gonna say about me regardless. And it's kind of like where like when I was younger, I used to spend so much time like pinballing, trying to adjust to like how this person felt, what this person's gonna think of me, what this person. And I got to the point where I got to a certain age, I got exhausted. I said, I can't do this. I said, I'm spending all of this energy trying to please this person, this person, this person, this person. And then the last person that's unhappy is myself. I said, that doesn't make any sense. I said, I'm doing all this energy to try to please all these people, but when I go to sleep at night, I'm the one that's by myself and I'm the one that's unhappy. So when that time happened and I got exhausted, from that day on, I just said, hey, you know what? You just be yourself. You just live this life. You try to take care of your family. You try to be respectful to people. You do what you're supposed to do on your end. And if anyone else feels otherwise, there's nothing you can necessarily do about it, because you can't change, the world's opinion. People are going to feel about you like, no matter if you perform 8 million miracles, walk across water, turn water to wine, and still feel a certain way about you. So who am I,
But, you know what, though? But it comes to this reality show, because I'm not a fan of reality TV. I always find those shows to be kind of negative and petty.
Right.
And talking to you, you're a man of God. You're very, very positive. But it seems like a lot of people, they watch reality TV for the negativity and for the pettiness. So, how are you going to put that spin on your show to get people to watch and have a positive message for your fans?
So we have, here's the thing though. Like, I feel like a lot of people, when they watch reality TV, it's been this stigma of like, it's got to have drama. It's got to be somebody doing something behind the back, or it's got to be fights, or it's got to be, we all eternally have our own drama every day. I'm pretty sure, Sam, you guys have your own drama that you face every single day. And it's critical. To other people, it may not be critical, but to you guys, it's critical because it's your lifestyle. It's the stuff that you have to deal with. And that's the stuff that we're going to be dealing with on the show. Like, we're going to have stuff that we go through, but it's the stuff that we go through that's critical to us. Like, for example, like WrestleMania is the pinnacle of everything everyone works for here every single year. And no matter who's here on the roster, from Raw to SmackDown, NXT, they want to be a part of WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania. It's a showcase of the immortals. So one of the things in our show is like being a part and how to be a part of WrestleMania, specifically in our career fields. My wife is a solo competitor. I'm also in the tag team. So it's different, avenues, her dealing with the girl side, me dealing with the men's side. And, it's different. So our struggles internally, drama-wise, it's the WWE's, struggles, eternally, and how we try to manage how we do our career, the things that we want to do outside our career, and also spend and try to find time with each other. We're on the road. I'm leaving today. We're literally on the road 300 days plus out the year. So it's all of these things. It's our drama. It doesn't have to be a specific, baby mama type drama or with fight drama, but it's WWE real life drama. So come here, sweetheart. Show your face. Yeah, say hi. I want y'all to see this beautiful woman right here. Look at this.
Hi.
Whoa.
Oh, hey.
Walk slow. Walk slow.
And but seriously, and I know you're busy, and we got to wrap things up because, like you said, this is a travel day for you, and I want to thank you for taking the time to come on with us. Thank you for your service to our country, and thank you for spreading the word of our Lord as well. But seriously, for Montez, for you to be with your wife, to be with Bianca, to share the same goals, to be in the same industry, and have some of the same kind of stresses, I would think that helps you along your journey as well, because your partner is going through some of the same trials and tribulations that you're going through, which I would think helps your relationship and helps in sharing in your relationship as well. Would that be true?
120 million%, man. Like, I feel like by us, like you said, going through the trials and tribulations, the peaks and valleys, and having someone that's in that environment that you can vent to and that can understand, because I feel like sometimes the toughest thing in life is not only just talking or communicating with someone, but communicating with someone who can like genuinely understand like what you're feeling. So it's helped out a lot, made us grow immensely. I feel like all three of us have grown, and you'll see it definitely in the show, like a couple of times of how we had to deal with each other on the road. But it's helped us grow so much. And it's just like with you guys, you guys are in the same exact environment. You guys go through the same struggles, and we always talk about how in our environment, like, we see each other. If you think about it, we do SmackDown and we have the live shows, but that's the only time that we see each other throughout the week. When they leave and they go home and they do their different lives, like, they have different avenues and struggles and drama and everything else to lead them back to getting back to the next time we see each other. So I never try to take advantage or take for granted, what a person's lifestyle is, because I'm ignorant to it, just like they're ignorant to mine. So it's always just been that give and take and just having the wife there and my tag team partner there, it helps so much when it comes to support and just pushing forward and maxing out because you have support there with you all the time.
And I just want to say real quick, I'm gonna let you wrap it up, Dave. But I was just gonna say that just based on the fact that we just saw her, what's really striking is that as beautiful as your wife is, and I say with all respect, she's just as, if not more so, talented, and you'd be a fool to say otherwise. So I just thought that should be on the record.
You had to throw that in there, man.
Sam Roberts, ladies and gentlemen. No, but seriously, Montez, because I'm sure you see it with some of your coworkers, it's got to be very, very difficult when you're dealing with an issue at home, whether it's with a spouse or a child, and you're on the other side of the country, and then you have to find the solution to that problem in a hotel room over the phone. You know, it's a blessing that you get to work with your spouse, and Bianca's, like Sam said, tremendous athlete,
like
unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable. And Montez, seriously, I want to thank you. Thank you again for your service. Thank you for all you do. You're fantastic at what you do, and we truly appreciate your time this morning with us. Thank you
guys. I love Busted Open Radio, and if I don't see you guys for the holidays, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and have a safe 2024.